Preservation Department concerning the 212th Horseshoe Bend commemoration, possibly moving next month's meeting, monthly date due to the commemoration. February 6, 2026, attended the high school JOM Challenge Bowl held at the College of Muscogee Nation. Also attending were second speaker Thomasine Osborne, representatives Dodie Barnett, Charles McHenry, Galen Cloud, Darrell Proctor, Lucian Tiger, William Lowe, Laura Harjo King. And if I left any representative out, I do apologize. That same day, attended a Zoom meeting with Kayla Byland concerning the proposal to conduct National Council compensation. February 9th, attended fact-finding meeting. February 10th, attended Health Education and Welfare Committee meeting. That afternoon, attended Land Natural Resources and Coastal Preservation Committee meeting. February 13th, attended the Middle School Challenge Bowl, also held at the College of Muscogee Nation. Also attending were representatives Dodie Barnett, Charles McHenry, Cody Phillips. February 16th, attended the orientation offered by the executive branch and departments. Also attending the orientation were second speaker Thomasine Osborne, representatives Anna Marshall, Robert Huff, Laura Harjo King, Dodie Barnett, Robin Whitecloud, Sandra Golden, James Factor, Cody Phillips, Galen Cloud, William Lowe, Lucian Tiger, and Charles McHenry. February 17th, attended the orientation offered by executive branch. Also attending the orientation were second speaker Thomasine Osborne, representatives Anna Marshall, Robert Huff, Laura Harjo King, Dodie Barnett, Robin Whitecloud, Sandra Golden, and James Factor. February 18th, attended a meeting by Zoom with the executive branch, the controller, and auditors. That afternoon attended, or that morning actually attended the Holdenville Health Clinic groundbreaking ceremony. Also in attendance were second speaker Thomasine Osborne, representatives Anna Marshall, Sandy Golden, Dodie Barnett, James Factor, and Galen Cloud. February 19th, attended Business, Finance, and Justice Committee meeting. Attended a meeting with the executive branch and Bixby City Manager Joey Weedle, Kim Cootie, Assistant City Manager concerning Bixby Performing Arts Center, which we will later have a presentation. February 20th, attended the Elementary Division Challenge Bowl held at the Muscogee, for the College of Muscogee Nation. Also attending were representatives Dodie Barnett, Charles McHenry, Lucian Tiger. February 24th, attended fact-finding meeting, attended Business, Finance, and Justice Committee meeting, currently in the planning session. Representatives, that concludes my speaker's report. Next, we have second speaker's report.
No, Speaker. January the 29th to the 31st, I attended the Florida Leadership Meeting. February the 4th, I took some donated clothing items to Dustin Schools. February the 6th, I attended the introductory portion of the High School JOM Challenge Bowl at the College of the Muscogee Nation. Saturday, February the 7th, I attended the Oklahoma City Outreach. Also attending were Representatives Factor, McHenry, Cloud, Golden, Phillips, Tiger, and Lowe. Monday, February the 9th, I attended the Fact-Finding Committee meeting. The following day, I attended the HEW Committee meeting, and later I zoomed into the LNC Committee meeting. Thursday, February the 12th, I attended the Wetumpka Community meeting. Representative Marshall was also in attendance. February the 16th and 17th, I attended the National Council orientation offered by the executive branch at River Spirit. Wednesday, February the 18th, I attended the Holdenville Health Center groundbreaking. The next day, I zoomed into the BF&J committee meeting. Yesterday, February the 23rd, I attended the retaking of the council individual and group photos at the council house in downtown Mogi. I owe Miss Alicia for organizing the photo session. Later, I met with a grassroots group along with the executive branch. Prior to planning, I attended the fact-finding committee meeting and the BF&J committee meeting. Speaker, representatives, this concludes my report. Widow Speaker.
Widow, second speaker. Ex-Officio reports. Muscogee Nation Gaming Enterprise, Representative Robert Huff.
Thank you, Speaker. I attended the MNG meetings on February 4th and February 18th. You all were sent the January financial summary report, and if you notice that the new Eufaula Casino location had approximately 2.5 times more revenue, net income, than it did last January. So it was a good thing that they did. And Crossland Construction is working on the last few punch items with the work. I've given each of you an executive summary handout on the Eufaula Casino, like this. Our meetings, they approved a gun detection system for all casinos, reviewed the casino 401k plan with BOK Financial. Last two mobile, which started in January, is doing very well. They are reconfiguring all slot machines to comply with the new 2,000 jackpot limit. They approved the transfer of all assets of the old Eufaula casinos back to the nation. The Coweta Casino has filled all job openings at this time. Grand opening is March 2nd. I've given each of you an executive session summary handout on the Coweta Casino also, so it's in your folder. The next MG meeting is March 4th at 6 p.m. That concludes my report.
So Representative Huff. Muscogee Nation Businesses, Representative Lucian Tiger III.
Thank you, Speaker. I attended the Muscogee Nation Business LLC regular board meeting on Thursday, January 29th. It was at 5 p.m. They had two resolutions. They both passed. One was MAP 2602. It was a fleet card agreement with Corpay Technologies. The next one was MSS 2608. MSS gave the consent to the to mutual non-disclosure agreement with Golden Tech Systems. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Representative Tiger. College Muscogee Nation, Representative Laura Harjo King.
Thank you, Speaker. Attended the College of the Muscogee Nation Board of Regents 26. That day we were also in Tulsa for the orientation for the council rep, and so I was a little late, missed a few. But they did provide a construction update on the Memorial Hall site plan, North Prairie and South Plaza project. There was a group of individuals there representing an agreement or a collaboration between College of Muscogee Nation Arts Institute for Innovation and Economic Growth. They've been collaborating for more than a year to advance the Muscogee Nation's long-term priorities in workforce development, education pathways, economic resilience, and clean. There was no decisions on the actual agreement or no signing of the agreement, not the details. CMN pay scale was also on the agenda for approval to align with the tribe's pay scale. That was approved. Randall provided his monthly report to the board. Sorry. The Office of the President reporting on the HEC Legislative Summit that Dr. King, and 4 students attended in Washington, D.C. They discussed the MCN Challenge Bowls conducted out there. They held their HLC criterion meetings and hearing committees, and then ACE conversations in AI and higher education. The next scheduled Board of Regents meeting will be held on Monday, March the 16th.
Thank you, Representative Harjo King. Muscogee Loan Fund, Representative James Factor.
Well, Speaker, I had a conflict with internal affairs. I had to attend internal affairs instead, but they did send me some notes. There is a survey out for the either a credit union or a bank. It was sent to all the employees' emails. I think it's on the Camp House portal for citizens. And there's flyers with QR codes out that you can go fill out and express your interest or lack of interest in us starting a bank or a credit union.
Thank you, Representative Factor. One Fire Holding, Representative William Lowe.
Madam Speaker, the One Fire Board meeting was February 13. The One Fire audit is due at the end of March, and they are on track to complete that. Sweet Shots, looking for candidates for general manager, controller, and HR manager. The positions are posted and now receiving resumes. The Attorney General's offices at Riverwalk, 8,000 square foot build out to begin shortly. Light Horse new lease of 7,383 square foot in building 1100. Captain John's 10-year lease was approved in our last board meeting. Jan Tiger is now the general counsel for One Fire. Sweet Shots 1-year anniversary, April 17 of this year. Riverwalk Car Show, April 18th. For those, Speaker, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Representative Lowe. Committee reports and announcements. Health, Education, and Welfare, Chairman Charles McHenry.
Thank you, Speaker. HEW will meet March 10th at 10 a.m. There are no additions. But excuse me, Speaker. I'd like to go ahead and add TR 26-006, TR 26-007, TR 26-008, TR 26-009, NCA 26-023, NCA 26-024, NCA 26-025, NCA 26-026, NCA 26-027, NCA 26-028, NCA 26-029. Numerical order, please.
Your next meeting was when?
March 10th at
March
10
10th.
a.m.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
all right. So Chairman McHenry. Land, Natural Resources, Cultural Preservation, Chairman Representative Galen Cloud.
Madam Speaker, Land Natural Resources and Cultural Preservation met on February 10th at 3:30. Out of that meeting, with the due pass, we had three TRs, 26-010, TR 26-011, TR 26-012. I respectfully ask to have these TRs put on this Saturday's agenda. We have no items for consideration. Our next scheduled meeting is March 10th at 3:30. We have no other announcements. That concludes my report. Madam Speaker.
Go Representative Cloud. Business, Finance, and Justice, Chairman Representative Lucian Tiger III.
Thank you, Speaker. BF&J met February 19th at 3 p.m. in the Mound Auditorium, TR 26-013, NCA 26-030, NCA 26-031, NCA 26-032, NCA 26-033, NCA 26-034, NCA 26-037, all came out of committee with a due pass. I'd like to ask those be added to the regular session agenda in numerical order. Next is referred legislation. We have none at this time. Items for consideration. Speaker, BF&J met February 24th at 5 p.m. We had three items: NCR 26-001, NCA 26-036, NCA 26-038 came out of committee with a due pass. I'd like to ask those be added to the regular session agenda in numerical order, please. Next scheduled committee date is March 19th at 3 p.m. in the Mound Auditorium. We have no other announcements. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Representative Tiger. Request to add NCR 26001, NCA 26036, NCA 26038 to the agenda in numerical order has been approved. We are down to other business. Tonight, we have the City of Bixby for Performing Arts Center. Please come to the podium. Make sure that green light is on, Mr. Weedle. Good evening. Please introduce yourself and your team that you brought with you this evening. And after your introductions are made, I will allow you 10, 15 minutes for your presentation, and then I'll open it up for questions and answers.
Thank you, Speaker. My name is Joey Weedle. I'm the city manager with the City of Bixby, and this is my assistant, Kim Cootie, with the City of Bixby. Before we get going too far in the presentation, I just want to tell you all how grateful we are to be here. It's been a couple years now, so a lot of the faces look familiar to us. And Chief, thank you for your time. And at this time, Speaker, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
So Kathleen Spurgeon, I'm the Tribal Municipal Liaison for the City of Bixby, and we are very grateful for the opportunity for the leadership of the Muscogee Nation to interact with municipalities across the 11 counties, and they have incredible relationships and respects with Glenpool, Broken Arrow, Coweta, Bixby, on and on and on, Sand Springs. So we want to thank you all very, very much for that. And we appreciate the opportunity for our local city council to have interaction with the Muscogee Creek Nation executive branch. legislative branch and judicial branch as well for some connections with our new city council as well as new members of your council. So we'll look forward to some fellowship in the next 6 months as well.
Hello, thank you for having us. First, I want to start with just expressing our gratitude for the strong government to government relationship that you all have formed with Bixby. To highlight some of that, many of you were with us when we hosted a mixer and just a fellowship dinner to get to know each other and build and on that collaborative spirit. Bixby was the first municipality to raise the Muscogee Creek Nation flag, and we're very proud of that. We are currently in discussions with on a shared gun range. Bixby has the money for a gun range and wanting to partner with the Light Force to see if this is something that benefits both of our communities. And then we've also offered our Emergency Operations Center as a partnership offer. So I say all that we're coming just as another opportunity to partner with the nation. What you have before you is our Bixby Performing Arts Center. That facility will break ground, or it broke ground in December of 2025. And we are hoping, we're shooting for a late spring, early summer opening of 2028. The facility is 60,000 square feet of state-of-the-art facility. It has a 3,600 square foot banquet area that can hold 521 people. On the second page, you will see where it's located in Bixby. And really what we're coming to you tonight is just a goal of partnership with the nation to help with a financial contribution for the Bixby PAC. We want this to be collaborative. We want to know how it serves your citizens. We have ideas, as I've met with several of you, on how our facility can serve your citizens, how it can serve our community members, and how we can just bring this together. We are in discussions with Bixby schools, and many of your students attend Bixby schools. They are looking at staffing the facility. And what that would look like is they have an internship program. So this opportunity would give your students that attend Bixby hands-on experience with state-of-the-art lighting, soundboards, the running of a theater, the back operations, the business side of that, the stagecraft side. So I think education is so important it's really our future. I know the nation invests heavily in education, and I think that this partnership would provide those students with an internship opportunity. We also would like to partner as far as in the lobby. You can see a rendering of the lobby to provide opportunities for cultural education, whether that be a rotating art exhibit, also having cultural artifacts in the PAC so that as guests are coming in, they're experiencing the culture and being educated, and we're able to showcase some of the art that your tribal citizens provide. Within the PAC, there's a lot of opportunities with this. As we've brainstormed how this would best serve the nation's needs, besides just the highlighting the cultural presence, is providing opportunities for cultural education, storytelling, entertainment, film festivals, art shows, health fairs, and community engagement. We are asking, the feedback that we received is, what is our ask? So we have 3 different levels. I want to preface that with saying this is collaborative. We're not saying here's 3 levels and this is what you get for each of this. This is the part of a discussion. It's what what best serves your needs? What do you need? So just a little bit of back and forth negotiation, because we want it to be true partners. We want to be collaborators with you and not just dictate, for this dollar amount, you get this. So I put in just a framework just to give you an idea, but I don't want you to think that that is hard and fast. Again, it is really just about working together. Just the benefits to the Muscogee Creek Nation, the cultural presence, high visibility. Bixby, as you know, is a growing community. Our downtown area is, it's been redeveloped, and that facility is going to be in the heart of downtown. Lots of school engagement there. We're thinking, band competitions, choir competitions, students from around the state, plus regional acts coming in as well. And then a long-term venue access for cultural events and community gatherings. I would like to get input and feedback on, if there's different exhibits that maybe aren't appropriate for the casino, or you want a more family-friendly environment, how this PAC could serve those needs also. Our timeline, we would like in the spring of 2026 to start executing a financial or cultural center partnership, and then just work with you all on the planning so that when that's all set, when we open it in the spring of 2028. On the back page is just some sample sponsorship levels. And we're open to questions. Again, I want to reiterate that this is a partnership. This is not us dictating one thing. We want to know how this could best serve your citizens. So we all have the same, goal, and you want to serve your citizens. We want to share or serve our citizens, and we share those citizens. So I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have or expand further.
Council, you have any questions? Huh? Representative Phillips.
You had mentioned the internship opportunities for some Muskogee citizens that are at Bigsby schools. Would these also be maybe like paid internships as well? Have you guys looked at that?
Yes, they could be. What we have talked with Bixby about, and what they're doing a model or a pilot program right now within their auditorium. They have a small auditorium on campus. The students that are involved in fine arts activities, if you know anyone that's involved in fine arts, they are constantly fundraising. So what they have been doing is allowing those students to come in and work, and that money is then deposited into their school account for their fees that they have to pay. But I think we would be open to working with paid internships as well.
Good, Representative Phillips. Representative McHenry.
I read on the back, it says 30 events per year or per 5 years or per 10 years. Does that mean like we would get that whole building, that whole facility? Say if we wanted to have an event or somebody from our nation wanted to host an event there? And would that include the support system that goes along with that? As like, say if somebody wanted to have a banquet there and host a party there, as far as like one of the things that we do, would that be able to facilitate that with the support system that goes along with that, including food, different things like that?
I think that that would be something that we would need to work through on that. But when we just kind of put this together, it was looking at, what would you rent a facility out for, expanding on that. As far as, paying for food and all of those other services, I can't commit to that. I do think that that would just have to be part of our, once we get down and get in the same room and talk, and what do you need versus, what we're able to offer.
All right.
But we would have vendors for that, and then would be open to having, vendors that you all choose on.
And one other thing, we want to be careful with locking down vendors and only allowing one person to serve the facility. So we're trying to not have any contracts with anybody. So that way, if you have somebody you want to host your facility and serve, they have the rights to serve that facility. You know, again, to touch on what Kim has said, this is just starting point. I know we have discussed with Chief about, you know, we're willing to even go longer term years. We're willing to even look at if the initial investment is too much of this time. We're not looking at it has to happen today. But if we had some guidance and agreement going forward, whether that's assistance with maintenance and upkeep, and which then could provide jobs for the nation, or it could even be utilities taking care of those, along with some type of donation that would get us off High Center. We do have the funding to build this facility on our own now, but we are looking for somebody to collaborate with and utilize this facility. Currently, we have probably 300 days that are open. So we really have some more time to flex in here. And so when we look at this, just know that we're willing to work through multiple facets. We also have a facility that we're building in Leonard that we'll be proposing to, we got the land there to maybe give a place for Light Horse or an office that would put them somewhere that's in a rural area, but still have a place for restrooms and a place to mobilize and sit. So those are also some discussions that we'd like to have with you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Representative
I
McHenry.
did mention, there's 6 offices in this complex that we would also be willing to, if the nation wanted to staff someone, whether cultural, whatever meets your needs, there's an office space available.
Thank you. Representative Lowe.
Madam Speaker, I just want to reiterate what Representative Phillips said, and I appreciate you all looking out for the youth and educating them on the insides and hosting and the technical side of entertainment, because as we all know here, it's a growing industry. So, one thing I wanted to mention too, if we decide to work with you all, I would love our employment and training to be able to send young adults and our working groups over there as well, because, to me, it's a great growing industry. So I just want to say thank you and appreciate you all being here. Thanks.
Thank you, Representative Lowe. Representative Golden.
Yes, I think I'm trying to put this together. There's a banquet facility for like 521 person capacity, and we have several senior activities, and like the Sweetheart Dance. We have a elders senior banquet for Christmas, things like that. And it seems like every year it gets bigger and bigger, and we have to turn away some people, they're saying. And so they are saying we have to look for a bigger venue. So if we're looking at something like 30 events in a year, that would be something that we would probably be looking at somewhere else, even though we'd rather have it at our own facilities. The banquet facility would have to be larger than 500, though, I would think.
That is tables and chairs with, that's table and chairs with people set up for more of a dinner. So it could be more people. It'd just be the layout of the facility. But we'd be willing to see if we could make some changes there as well.
And banquet, then that would include food and service.
Yes. Do have a kitchen on site for food service.
And I would also think that something like if we provided our own food, as far as so there would be some kind of working relationship with that.
Yeah.
The 30 events per year, that's how it's laid out. That would be the space. So, we would need to just really determine what events you would want to have and what the parameters of those events are to make sure that we can serve you.
Yeah, and I know it's kind of, but I think when we're looking at, okay, what would we look at down the road? What if we were going to invest in it? Why would we want to do it? So that's why I would ask the question. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Golden. Council, any more questions? Representative Barnett.
Thank you, Speaker. I think, and whenever I met with you guys, I told you I was all these events were flooding in my head of ways that I think if we shake everything loose and really analyze on our side, on the tribal side, what we spend to rent these venues, I think that we could probably break even, if not even save money by having a partnership like this. When you look at the elderly nutrition food tasting that they do, we rent out a convention center to have that. The diabetes summit, right? There's a lot of events, and there are events that would be way too big for your venue that we have, but there's a lot of events that would be really, even the Challenge Bowl. Last week, the kids, we didn't have enough room for all the kids at the Challenge Bowl to have a seat. And so there's a bunch of them that had to sit on the floor because we've outgrown that venue already. And so I think that if we are diligent and we look at it, I do think that it would be beneficial in general for us to kind of have that trade-off and have that community presence with you guys. So I appreciate your
Thank you.
presentation tonight.
Our goal is to have it full every day. You know, we would love people in our city using this facility. It's going to be beautiful. It's a waste if it's sitting empty. So this helps us get people into our city, but it also provides a service for you all too, that you're not having to pay to rent another facility.
One more thing too, Speaker. I know a lot of the artists, so we have a Muscogee Arts Council, and a lot of the artists have been asking for arts programs for youth, but we haven't really had a suitable venue for any type of theater or arts programs, but a performing arts center would be perfect to have that kind of programming for young people. So that's something just forward thinking. It doesn't exist right now, but this could leapfrog us there to be able to provide those services and those programs if we had a partnership like this. And it would give us 2 years to stand it up before the PAC is built too. So thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Representative Barnett. Second speaker.
Speaker, it's more of a question for you because in the last 3 months or so, we've had the Tulsa Chamber of Commerce come to us just a few days ago. It's Broken Arrow and their amphitheater. And now we have a proposal from Bixby. At what point do we decide on or if we're going to be able to partner with any of these? Because I think we need to be mindful of who is coming to us.
Correct.
Thank you.
Good question. There would be some collaboration amongst all of us.
And I would like to kind of say two things. One, we do have the 1,250 seat capacity for the auditorium itself, not just the banquet hall. But in light of that, one of the things that I've talked to Chief and them about, we as the city, we also understand that your dollars are stretched just like ours. And for us, if there was a different pot or a different assistance, whether that is infrastructure, roads, a water tower, those dollars to us would mean the same thing as if it was just earmarked for the PAC. So if there was other mechanisms or things we could go into, we would be happy to still put that towards the PAC as that donation and collaboration, that maybe we still get some infrastructure. We're really working in the Leonard area, which we did a lot of surveys, and we have a lot of the nation in that area. So we are working to expand water, add a water tower, and different things that we could still collaborate and work with you. And again, if that lump sum is not there now, we don't have to have it today. We're just looking to get into the pipeline, and maybe it's just even an agreement with maintenance and utilities and those type of things. So we're really open outside of just the PAC.
Thank you, sir. Council, any more questions or comments? Representative
I would
McHenry.
like to ask Chief's thoughts on something like this, if he, I mean, put him on the spot, but, you know, just,
Chief Hill, not to put you on the spot, but you're on the spot.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Chairman McHenry. Sure. But, you know, it's done before. We've always get asked, and I said, ultimately, it's council's decision. There's a lot of opportunities in there, like I said, the art market, art. You always got a lot of citizens that may
want to use, you know, like the Glenpool facility, is that big enough or not? You know, maybe we can work agreement where them, maybe the citizens can use it. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Like I said, just intern that you had mentioned, there's different opportunities, but then again, it's, I know Representative Golden brought up a lot of the elder dance. I mean, we just outgrew it, probably 800, and this facility is not that big, but we do have smaller events that can probably be hosted there. We do have great partnership with them. I know our light horse, even the chief of police come out publicly on how good that they're working with their relationship with our light horse law enforcement. And they're actually working, I don't know if I can say it or not, but a gun range to work together with Bixby PD, our light horse. So there's different opportunities that we're working with them, but it's just, you know, I think it's a opportunity, but also probably discussion with the full council on what they see, how we can benefit. And I think this is not, this is just a one-time cost, right? And back of it is just one-time cost. It's not something every year. So that's another thing to look at, but totally it's council's decision on what y'all feel is best for the nation. As second speaker said, several always come to us, but with a partnership like this, you can see there are a lot of opportunities, and this is just a sample, as they mentioned. It's not nailed down to where this is it, you know. They're just willing to come to the table, and this is just a sample. You know, it can always be changed. And you look at the cultural artifacts and stuff, you know, just, you can change it however we want. They even offered if there's any paintings or whatever we want to put in that building. And they are the first one to raise a flag, Creek Nation, at their city. But that's, you know, if y'all's willing to sit down and discuss it, that's totally y'all's decision. The executive branch would be more than happy to sit down as well.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you, Chief.
Last call, council. Any more questions? Good? All right, Mr. Weedle, I believe we're good for this evening. Next step is, like kind of heard, there'll be some discussion with council and executive branch, and then we'll go from there.
Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you for your
council.
presentation. Safe travel. Council, is there any other business this evening? Representative Barnett?
We're on announcements, right?
Yeah, not yet.
Okay, sorry. I thought you said it now.
Any other business? Hearing none, now announcements. Representative Barnett.
Just making sure. Okay. Sapulpa, GOM program, they're going to have an indoor stomp dance this Saturday at the Creek County Fairgrounds. So that's open to the public, anybody that wants to come out and support Sapulpa, that'll be Saturday night. I think it starts at 7.
Thank you, Representative Barnett. Any other announcements? Chief, I know your realty department's here again. Realty, correct? I want to say, Mado, for you guys coming up and being a part of our meetings. To me, probably to some of the council, it does show your interest and the care for the nation. And for me, I just want to say, Mado, for you guys being here. I think you may be the only department that comes about all these meetings. So Chief, I just wanted to acknowledge them being here tonight and say Mado. So, any other announcements? Agenda Saturday, 9 a.m., regular session, 10 a.m. Okay. Any other? Hearing none, adjournment.
So moved.
Representative Tiger made a motion to adjourn, second by Representative McHenry. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Benediction, I'd like to ask our other Coweta District Representative, Mr. James Factor, to give the benediction. Let it serve as our adjournment.
Let us pray. Thank you, Lord, for allowing us to get together and do the business of the nation. Please help us do so with clear minds and clear conscience. Please allow everybody traveling graces on their way home. All these things we ask in your name, Jesus Christ, amen.
Amen. Meeting adjourned, 7:13.